Welcome to Sex Ed with DB. I'm your host, DB. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, DB here, and I'm very excited to tell you about a podcast that I really love called The Longest Shortest Time. The show is hosted by Hillary Frank, and she covers all aspects of parenthood and reproductive health. She's got an episode called The Staircase about sex ed at her daughter's school. There's one about birth control and the FAA, and another that follows the wild journey of a single trans dad by choice. But she also talks to plenty of non-parents, so you don't have to be a parent to listen. The stories are surprising, fun, edgy, poignant. They'll just give you all the feels. And the show was on hiatus for 5 years, but I'm thrilled that it's back now with new episodes. Find The Longest Shortest Time in all podcast apps or at longestshortesttime.com. Valentine's Day doesn't have to suck if you're single. In fact, you can be the main event. I'm DB from Sex Ed with DB, teaming up with Talia from Dating Intentionally for a 4-day all-inclusive retreat in Palm Springs, California, from February 12th to 15th, 2026. This is just for single women and femmes, and there are only 12 spots. Think: heated pool, hot tub, pickleball, all your meals included with a private chef, yoga, cocktails and mocktails, and juicy workshops to help you get crystal clear on your dating life, values, and pleasure. The waitlist is open right now. Go to our link in our link in bio or linktr.ee/sexedwithdb to sign up right now. Hello. Welcome back to Sex Ed with DB, your go-to podcast for smart, inclusive, medically accurate sex education. I'm DB, your favorite sex educator and pleasure expert, and today we are answering a big question. How do I handle jealousy in a monogamous or ethically non-monogamous relationship? And if your stomach just did a little roller coaster drop into your butt, you are in the right place. Before we dive in, a quick plug from last week's episode. Last week, we had the amazing Claire Perelman on for an episode all about pleasure in ethical non-monogamy. Claire said something that has still stuck with me weeks after I interviewed her, which is monogamy is not a safety net that guarantees that your partner won't leave. She says a lot of really, really interesting things and a lot of great education around ENM. So after this episode, if you haven't heard that one, check that one out. It's the one just before this one in our feed. But let's get into jealousy, the main topic today. Jealousy is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a very, very normal, complex emotion. And the ethical slut reminds us that jealousy happens in all relationship structures, and it isn't cured by monogamy. Like Claire said, monogamy is not the end-all be-all of your partner not being able to leave you or have challenging emotions. You can be wildly jealous of your partner's job or hobbies or their talent. Just as easily, you can be jealous about other people. Jealousy is about needs and skills, and it's not about being in a certain kind of relationship structure. And a quick distinction that I think helps a ton in this context, the difference between envy and jealousy. Envy is wanting what someone else has, while jealousy is a fear of losing what you have to a third party. Two different energies, two different strategies, and naming it correctly will kind of point you in the right direction. The ethical slut really does offer one of my favorite reframes, treating jealousy like a dashboard light, information to attend to and not like a super loud fire alarm. So when jealousy pops up, asking yourself, what is this feeling that I'm having and what am I protecting? Is it attachment? Is it time? Is it attention? Is it status or sexual connection or something else? Then you can kind of soothe yourself, plan, and communicate instead of trying to control someone or accuse them or self-abandon or run away. So Jessica Fern, author of Polysecure, offers the HEARTS model, which is a comprehensive framework for building and nurturing secure attachment in relationships. And HEARTS stands for hear, express delight, attunement, rituals and routines, and turning towards after conflict, and secure attachment with self. So what all these mean is hear, being present. So having physical proximity that's essential for developing attachment. Express delight, letting your partner know how much they enrich your life and how special they are to you. Attunement, meeting your partner with curiosity and a genuine desire to understand their feelings and needs. Rituals and routines, reconnecting with your partner, celebrating important dates together, using pet names, etc. Turning towards after conflict, repairing the relationship, which is more important than focusing solely on the problem, and taking responsibility for your part in conflicts and being open to reconciliation. And then secure attachment with self, creating a coherent narrative of your past attachment experiences to understand your personal relationship history and your history in general better. So that's a really practical tool that many therapists pull from when it comes to Fern's work. So let's talk about how to attend to jealousy in both monogamous and non-monogamous relationships. Put a name to it. Say it out loud to yourself first. I'm feeling jealous, or this is envy. Labeling emotions reduces their intensity and actually makes you feel like you're a little bit more in control of the feeling. Then ask yourself, what is the specific threat that my brain is predicting? Is it that I'm being replaced? Is that I'm not in the know? Once you locate the threat, you can address that specific thing and not everything all at once. Next, it's important to soothe yourself and regulate your emotions before you actually strategize and plan. Regulate, then relate. So try breathing in for 5, breathing out for 5, taking a brisk walk, 60-second cold water splash to reset your nervous system, and you'll have a much better conversation with your partner or partners after you're calm and not while you're spiraling. Translate your jealousy into your needs. So again, borrowing from the ethical slut, beneath jealousy are very ordinary and everyday needs. Reassurance, quality time, inclusion, clarity. Ask for those needs directly instead of policing your partner's behavior. Control temporarily kind of numbs anxiety, but it really erodes long-term trust. Using I statements, that's something if you've been in therapy before, you've heard is incredibly helpful. I felt a pang in my chest when our plans changed last minute. Could we set a heads up window? You describing your experience is much better than you questioning your partner or blaming them. And this invites collaboration and not defensiveness. And finally, building secure rituals, those micro rituals that create predictability, are really, really essential. So a nightly check-in or Sunday coffee or a mid-date text when schedules are out of control. Security is critical when it comes to a partner feeling jealous. Okay, so this is specifically if you are in a monogamous relationship. Again, Claire is correct. Monogamy is not a safety net. Your partner can choose to leave you at any time, but your agreements matter. And what creates felt safety are daily signals that you are each other's safe haven and secure base. So this means that showing up and repairing quickly and celebrating each other are really important. It's also critical to spot really common jealousy traps, right? So there's like a scarcity spiral where, if my partner is, dedicating their time to their friends, or, their work or their hobbies, there's less time for me. But an important reframe is that we want our partners to have full lives. We want them to engage in things that fill up their cup. So asking for specific connection time rather than dimming their joy and saying, I don't like it when you do X and try to control them, that's a more effective option. Also, it's really important to create in advance some sort of jealousy plan while you're calm, not while you're activated. So agree on what each of you will do when jealousy hits, right? Maybe it's you're immediately going for a walk. Maybe you're doing your breath work. Maybe it's you're using I statements. You have a script for initiating a talk, and then you have a repair ritual. Have a plan that lowers the dread and make sure that you recognize that this is normal. Like, this is going to come up. It's just all about how you self-regulate, how you talk about it, and how you repair. And finally, highly recommend considering a couples therapist if this is something that is coming up over and over again in your relationship. If it's chronic or explosive, therapy really helps shift these deep-seated patterns from anxious avoidant to a more secure connection. Transitioning to ENM when multiple partners potentially could be involved, totally normal to, again, no matter what relationship structure, but specifically if you're in a relationship structure where it's normal for people to date or have sex with other people, expect some jealousy, normalize it. And opening up about it doesn't eliminate it, it just makes it visible. Saying out loud, I am jealous right now, can take a lot of the power away from it. And you should treat it as data around needs and boundaries and pacing. And again, back to the ethical slut, emphasizing that jealousy isn't proof that ENM is wrong or incorrect or isn't working. It's just a cue to figure out your skills, how to manage it. Again, using the hearts checklist is really important. Here-ness, express delight, attunement, rituals, and turning toward. If one connection is starved of one of these, jealousy can spike. And this isn't just around sex or isn't just around romance, right? Like, this is about security, making sure that each of you feels really sure about your secure connection. Another thing that's really great to consider are pace changes and sharing information intentionally. So a lot of jealousy flares happen during something new or a quick change, right? So say there's your partner is going on a date with someone and they tell you about it like an hour before they're going and it's a new person, right? Like, oh, that might like really activate you. So if you agree on pacing, like you say, one new date per week, only on Wednesdays, right? And if there's an information window that's enough to feel included without overexposing private details, stick to it and then revise it together if needed. So if you're going to say, we're going on a date with a new person once a week on Wednesdays, and we'll tell each other about it Thursday mornings before work, and we're going to wake up half an hour earlier. Or you're deciding not to talk about it, or you're only deciding certain rules, right? Like, it's really, really important that communication and honesty and agreements are all met. Building compersion is not the easiest thing. And if you don't have compersion for your partner, aka the warm, fuzzy feeling when your partner is happy with someone else, that's okay. Like, this could potentially grow over time and it just might take some time, or it might never come. And like, that's okay too. But if it does happen, it can often grow when your needs are reliably met. You cannot affirm your partner from an empty tank. So it's important that if your needs get met, you recognize that then and only then can you meet your partner's needs. Finally, at the baseline, everyone involved needs to feel secure. They need to feel like they're each other's safe haven and that they have a secure base. And that means that after a hard moment, there's soothing and there's repair. Before a big date or adventure, there's cheerleading, there's support. And even if you're struggling with jealousy, it's really important that you're not every time that feeling comes up saying to your partner, I'm jealous, I'm jealous, I'm jealous. Like, it's important for you to recognize how can you process your emotions. And if this is coming up specifically in ENM, I think it is important to consider maybe this relationship structure is not for you. If it's coming up in monogamy, maybe it's important to consider like what need is not getting met for you if jealousy is coming up over and over and over again. Of course, there are blatant disregards that our partner could have about our needs, which is a whole nother story completely. You should dump them. But again, recognizing when it's time to bring in a professional, when is it time to bring in a sex therapist or a couples therapist or counselor to help you talk through how to break some of these patterns and feelings that are coming up. In the show notes of this episode, we are going to share some scripts that you can steal for when jealousy pops up for you, when you're needing reassurance without rules, when you want to celebrate your partner but you're still having feelings, and repair after a jealous blow up. So check out the show notes for those. And to close this episode out, I just want to really reiterate, jealousy doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It means that your relationship is important to you and you or the relationship needs attention and communication and skills in order to move through some of these complex, challenging feelings. Whether you're monogamous or you're exploring ENM or you've been in an ENM relationship for decades, the combo of self-soothing, clear asks, and attachment-building rituals will really change everything for you. If you haven't yet, again, go listen to last week's episode with Claire Perelman on pleasure and ENM. And remember, safety is something that we build together with our partner or partners with skills and care and love and attention. If this episode helped at all, share it with a friend. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify with the phrase, how to handle jealousy in relationships to help folks find it. And follow Sex Ed with DB on TikTok and Instagram for more content and education. Love y'all. See you next week. What if using a magic wand every day could actually improve your health? I ran a 21-day masturbation experiment to find out, and the results were so powerful, we turned it into a full-blown scientific study. Over 1,000 people with vulvas joined to measure the impact of daily magic wand use on pleasure, stress, sleep, confidence, relationship connectivity, and more. I'll tell you something right now. The effects go way beyond amazing orgasms. Want to see what we found? Head to magicwandstudy.com to check out the study that's redefining sexual wellness. Looking to explore your pleasure in a supportive, judgment-free way? Lion's Den is the place I go when I want to try something new. Whether that's a beginner toy, a kinky upgrade, or just a little something to spice things up. They've got 50+ stores across the US, a massive online shop, and expert staff to help you feel confident every step of the way. Head to lionsden.com and use code SEXEDWITHDB for 15% off in-store or online. Go explore. You deserve it. Let's talk about a lube I absolutely love, Uberlube. It's silky, long-lasting, and makes sex better for everyone by reducing friction and increasing pleasure, whether solo or with a partner. It's body and condom friendly, scent-free, and never sticky. Plus, it's recommended by doctors and designed with sensitive skin in mind. Want to try it? Use code SEXEDWITHDB for 10% off at uberlube.com and see why I keep coming back to it.